getting hot over here too. We're sitting right next to you, and I'm feeling uncomfortable. On today's edition of Food as Medicine, it's all about easy ways to make yourself healthier. Christa Orecchio is here this morning, clinical nutritionist at The Whole Journey, is here to show us some simple at-home tests. Good morning to you, Christa. I'm talking to you off camera a minute ago. This is interesting because to be able to do this at home instead of going to a lab and have it done, that's interesting. A lot of people are going to be paying attention to this because if I can get this done without going to a lab, at least, you know, part of this,
right,
be a good way to go, right?
It is a good way to go. You know, as nutritionists, we're running lab work all the time, and it can add up and get expensive. And, because you're trying to find the root of the problem and get answers. But I have 3 routine tests that are easy and free, and you can do them at home that we're going to talk about today. So you can kind of get a barometer of your own health right at home.
Okay.
Now this segment might be a little boring compared to that last one.
Well, we're going to spice it up a little bit. We'll spice it up somehow. We're going to have me doing some tests here, I understand, as usual, or something.
As usual. I mean, you're always such a good sport, so why not, right?
We're going to talk about pH testing. What is that, first of all?
Yeah, so when you talk about pH, we're talking about the acid-alkaline balance of the body.
Gotcha.
And so how does the body get rid of acid?
Okay.
pH is my single best tool that I work with clients to help them prevent bone loss, to help cut inflammation, weight loss, and probably the most important thing is for cancer prevention. Because cancer can't exist in a balanced state, only an acid state.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay.
So how do we test for that?
So how do we test for that? So I have these pH strips right here that you can get at any health food store.
Very cool.
All right. So what I do is I test the pH of urine and saliva first thing in the morning.
Do I need to walk off camera over here?
No, I'm not going to make. There's going to be no peeing here. We're going to keep this. That would,
Okay.
although that would help rival the last segment.
That would make it happen, right? But there's another way we can do that, right?
There's another way we're going to do this. So you can just put that in your mouth for 2 or 3 seconds, and then let's look at the color.
Okay.
So pH, the pH of our blood never ever changes. An MD would say, you can pull it out.
Okay, pull it out. Ooh.
Hey, you're pretty good.
Oh, really?
Yes. Okay, so an MD would say,
read it.
don't test the pH of your blood, it doesn't change. So we're going to test saliva and urine so that we can see how does that support your blood.
Okay.
All right, so now look, you want to be around 7.0, and that's actually exactly where you are. So you're doing something right.
I'm really surprised.
You're doing something right. You want that strip to be green so you know that you're balanced.
How cool.
And if it's not and you're too acidic, then the body's going to pull minerals from the bones because minerals are alkaline and then donate it to the blood, and that's basically the root cause of osteoporosis.
Oh.
And most people don't know that. So the antidote to this is to find out which foods are alkaline forming, and most fruits and vegetables are alkaline forming, and just get more of those in your diet.
Okay.
Also things like ginger.
And again, you can pick that up where? Any health food store?
Any health food store. Sprouts, Jimbo's, Whole Foods will have pH strips in their supplement section.
Okay, there's another big one, and this one pertains to all of us here, chronic exhaustion.
So many people are chronically exhausted.
Right.
And there's a huge connection to that with yeast.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
Who would have known?
We're talking about lots of embarrassing topics here today, huh, Fox? But,
yes.
So, not necessarily the yeast that you're thinking of, but I'm talking about intestinal yeast.
Okay.
So males can have this too, and I find that about 50% of people have something called Candida, which is a yeast overgrowth in their intestinal tract.
Wow.
And that correlates to chronic exhaustion because you're not getting as many nutrients from your food, and it correlates to mental fogginess and that kind of brain fog that comes over us.
You know what, it makes a lot of sense, and I would love to test for this because here in the morning, I feel so foggy. When I walk in the door here, I really feel like from 4:30 in the morning till about 8 o'clock, really, I feel like I'm in a fog. Sure. It's hard to concentrate and hard to put things together. That might be just normal for me, but let's test for that. Can we test for that somehow?
You can if you're willing to get some saliva going.
Okay,
you got to work up some saliva. So what you do to test for
Erica, pay attention over there.
Your schedules.
She loves when I spit in a cup, okay? So what do I do?
So basically, if you want to test for this at home, you fill up a glass of water halfway first thing in the morning.
Right.
You spit about a dime-sized amount of saliva in the glass.
Okay.
And then you watch for it for about 30 seconds.
Okay. So I'll just turn away while you're talking.
You turn away and let me explain.
Erica?
So what you're going to do is you're going to watch that spit for about 45 minutes. Look at it 2 or 3 times.
45 minutes?
I mean, we're not going to do that.
Oh, yeah, we can't do that.
We'll tell you after the segment.
Okay. All right.
But you want to see, all right, you did a good job there.
That's
That's
plenty of spit. Okay.
So you work up a dime-sized amount of saliva, and then you want to see, does the saliva over time sink to the bottom?
Oh.
Does it grow legs, or does it stay floating on top?
Grow legs? That sounds gross.
I know,
Okay.
but you might be growing legs. I don't know.
Okay.
So if it sinks to the bottom, there's more of them than you, and you need to look into Candida as a root cause of an issue that you're having.
Okay.
And if it grows legs, we just need to support the immune system and digestive health.
Wow. Oh my
So
gosh.
I brought a couple of supplements, olive leaf and oregano oil. Those are great things to chase back yeast in the intestinal tract.
There's so many things we can take when it comes to vitamins, a multivitamin. Is there something out there that has a lot of this in it so we don't have to have different pill bottles laying all over the place? Or vitamin bottles,
I wish
say,
there
or
was.
supplement
I mean,
bottles?
I have recommendations for general health, but for
Sure.
these specific protocols, if you really want to do it right, no, they have to be, you know.
Oh, it just okay, it has to be
But
like that?
I can give you, you know, a good multivitamin, good fish oil, good greens supplement. Those would kind of be
great.
your 3 things.
Okay.
This helps alkalize pH. This will help with candida and blood sugar. So these are greens you wouldn't normally eat. They have wheatgrass,
Okay.
barley grass, chlorella. So
Okay.
I guess we could do that.
We could do that. Okay, so finally there's a way to test your thyroid and metabolism. It's simple to do, I guess?
It's really simple. I mean, just by taking your temperature here. So the thyroid's basically the thermostat and the furnace
that for
of
the
the
mouth,
human body.
I hope?
This is for
Okay,
the
thank you.
mouth. Yeah,
Perfect.
yeah. I
Okay.
decided not to go too embarrassing with this segment here.
Too
So
embarrassing.
that's so what you can do is when you wake up,
Okay.
before you go to bed, and then 20 minutes after each meal for 3 days, take your temperature. If it's consistently under, we should be running at 98.6. If it's consistently under 97.4,
Right.
then we probably have a sluggish thyroid and other hormonal imbalances that are ensuing. And if your temperature goes down after a meal, Brad, it means that you're not digesting that meal great, and that meal isn't working for your metabolism, it's working against it, because food can be medicine or a slower form of
Fascinating.
poison. And so everyone's different, and we like to customize programs.
What's the best way to take your temperature? Is it best to do it under the arm? I know some people say that, or in the mouth.
This is the easiest
There's
way.
other ways you can do it too. We're not going to mention that, you guys, but you know,
Okay.
just stick it under your arm, right?
We'll just for ease in the mouth.
Okay, in the
Yeah,
mouth. Okay.
let's do it in the mouth. Yeah, you
clear
could
that up
just
because I know maybe
put it
that's
under
for
your
kids.
tongue
I'm
and
thinking,
yeah,
you know,
it's all
they put it-
good.
okay. You're so great. This is all so interesting. Who would have known you could do all of this at home? We thank you. If you want to get a hold of Christa, she's a wealth of knowledge as usual. There you go, Christa Orecchio, clinical nutritionist. You can sign up for a nutrition program now. And more information about her is on our website, of course, fox5sandiego.com. Just click on the Scene On tab. You're always a great sport. Thank you so much, Christa. Guys, we'll toss it back over to you.